Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday. We got another market movers here to go over, and I just wanted to say before I get into it that I do have a PayPal link for tips. So if you guys enjoy these videos a lot, and it can really help me out bring these videos to you on the daily basis, Monday to Friday. Starting the list off here today with Infernal Medusa from Legends. This is up 72% today, seeing new all-time highs from $5.81 to $10, and this is a card from Legends which is being bought up at an alarming rate recently. And now we have Azuri, Renegade Leader from Scars Mirrored, and this is up 75% from 1113 to 1915. This is on our list yesterday. It's because it's included in a Lateral Blade of Elves deck that you can find on MDG Goldfish. It's called For the Lateral of It, and it's actually a really fun deck that you guys should check out. But there's a lot of elves that are moving because of the Commander precons from Kaldheim. We have Reincarnation from Legends. This is up 77%, seeing new all-time highs from $8.99 to $15.99. And no, this is not a reserve list card, but it is Legends, and this is one of the Four Horsemen sets, and it's very hard to find near mint copies of these, which is why you're going to see new highs every day. Urtai, Wizard Adept from Exodus. This is, however, a reserve list card, and it's up 79% from $36.18 to $65. And because it's in a deck with Marisol the Pretender, and it's a nice budget build, actually, that's seeing a lot of play, and this is a deck that I pulled off of MTG Goldfish, so there is a lot of interest in this card, and it's a reserve list one. Zalfarin Crusader from Visions. This is a reserve list card, up 82% from $175 to $319. And no, this is not a card going up for its utility. It is going up because it's a reserve list card, and it was a cheap pickup at that as well. It is not played in any decks. It's just on the reserve list, and that's why you're seeing a nice movement here today. We have Gabriel Angelfire from Legends. This is not a reserve list card, but it is from the set Legends, and it's a very small print run. It's up 92% today from $32 to $61.47. Seeing a little bit of a dip. It was a retracing from a previous all-time high, but it still seems to maintain a high price tag. Teleria from Legends. This is up 93% from $6.98 to $13.49, seeing new all-time highs. And any land that's on Legends, I can imagine going up higher and higher because you need lands to play the game. It's just the most important cards that you need. And if it's from Legends, a small print run, it's going to go up. We have Raiders version 2 from Arabian Nights. This is up $101 from $474 to $953. Now, Arabian Nights is one of those sets that if you find anything under $5, it's almost worth just buying a few copies, because in a few years I can imagine this set going in the same price direction as Beta and Alpha, because it was the first ever expansion, and there's not a lot of good near mint copies available of these cards on the market now today. Psionic Entity from Legends. This is up to 109% from $14.99 to $31.47, but it's not at its all-time high. And actually, you can find copies of this card from 4th edition for a lot cheaper at 26 cents average to 35 cents. So if you're looking to just get the card for its art and not just, for the fact that it was its original printing in Legends and it has the black border, then I would suggest just getting that. But obviously people aren't buying it for its playability, they're buying it for its scarcity in Legends. Rock of Courages. This is a revised card, and it's a reserve list card, and this is actually one of our biggest losers the other day, and this is up 127% from $11 to $25, seeing new all-time highs. So this card has amazing art. I just love that it looks almost like it's black and white with just a tiny bit of splash of color. Lightning Cloud from Visions. This is actually a card that I spoke about recently, saying that I think this is a pretty good pickup. This is up 199% from $1 to $2.99. Now, this was previously under $1 just recently, and it's an enchantment that you can keep paying 1 mana to deal 1 damage to any target creature or player, and you can use this ability every time you cast a red spell successfully. So it's actually a pretty useful card as well, not just being on the reserve list. Seafarer's Quay from Legends. This is up 200% today, seeing new all-time highs from $9.50 to $28.50. Now, this is a land, and like I said, Legends lands are very hard to come by, and the scarcity aspect is definitely in play. Equipose from Visions. This is a reserve list card, and it is up 299% today, seeing new all-time highs from $25 to $99.99. So let's just say 100, round that one off. So Visions, it was a bigger print run, but it's still on the reserve list. Blizzard from Ice Age. This is another reserve list card, and this is up 397% today from $345 to $17.17. Now, this is an Ice Age reserve list card, so I imagine there's going to be a bit of a retrace because the set was apparently printed at Bolivian. And we have here Presence of the Masters is our #1 card on the list here today, up 3,000% from 508 to 160. I imagine this is not going to hold as a price, but I just love the art on here. You have Einstein, or it appears to be just a lookalike of Einstein, and it is a Legends card. So remember, Legends very scarce, but loving the art on that #1 card. Cheap Legend specs. Now here, this is some specs that I am going to go over that I think that you should consider purchasing. They're under $1. This is specifically 29 cents to 30 cents. This one here, Ghost of the Dam. Just love the art here, and it's on Legends, which are becoming more and more scarce as people buy them out. And what I love about all these cards that I'm talking about here on this list, they were only printed in Legends. There is no other print runs. It didn't come out in 4th edition, no revised. It wasn't reprinted later on. These cards are all printed only once, which to me is pretty much like a reserve list card, because these cards are not very good. So because they're not really playable, you might be like, well, they shouldn't be going up because they're not playable, but that's kind of the point. Wizards of the Coast is not going to reprint a card that's basically useless. And the fact that it was only printed ever in Legends, I think that gives it some merit for scarcity, and also just the fact that it's going to be very collectible. If you're looking to complete sets, for example, you're going to need one card from every single from the set, right? You're going to need a copy of every single one. And cards like this, Wall of Earth, they have great art. They may not be very useful, but they're one of those cards that you need to fill your collection with. And even this card right here, Subdue, I just love the art here, like the spear right into the chest. And this is an instant from Legends. It was only printed in Legends. You won't find it anywhere else. No 4th edition, 5th edition copies available. And look at this, 30 cents is your market average for this price. I think that is an absolute steal. And these are cards, if I can find them at a local game store for a fair price, I will be picking up a few copies of these cards that I mentioned today. Now, today's biggest loser we have on our list here, Craw Giant from Legends. We have a lot of Legends on these lists, whether it's losers or winners today. This is down 55% from $5.99 to $2.64, seeing a nice little retrace. So my final thoughts on the market is, it looks like the reserve list buyouts are kind of drying out a bit. So is there a bit of a pullback now on the reserve list? Are these prices going to be going down, or have they just kind of hit that threshold where they're just consolidating and they're going to be ready for another spike in the next week or so? Right now, from what I'm seeing is, while all the reserve list cards are being bought out, and maybe it is slowing down a bit, it's hard to tell right now. We're going to have to see in a week or so if that's going to be the case, but there is a lot of that money just going to other cards from older sets like Legends, like Arabian Nights, even Visions, and those cards are actually seeing a nice price bump as well, for the fact that they're just old and there's not a lot of copies out there on the market, especially game stores are being bought out. So eventually all these cards are just going to go to the collectors, and eventually the stores are going to have to buy back those cards if they want to actually have them in their store. So the buy list will actually go up as well. So that will see new interest in cards and the value that they'll have and bring into the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Market Movers video, and I will see you tomorrow for another Market Movers. And remember, I do this Monday to Friday, so please come back and join me and subscribe, like, and leave a comment, and I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you enjoyed it that much, maybe you'd like to tip me. I have a PayPal link that you can send me tips if you enjoy these videos, and I can keep bringing them to you that way, and it could help my cardboard crack addiction. So please think about supporting the channel in that way. If not, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you again in the next video.